Francis Perez was born in Verona on July 9, 1861, as the fifth of 10 children. His father was Count Antonio Perez, and his mother was Marquess Annalisca. The family of Perez was one of the most important families in the city. The Count Anthony, a lawyer by profession, held several public offices over a time, including that of Deputy Mayor of Verona and member of the Italian Parliament. Besides being important, the family of Francis was very rich too. In the municipality of Zevio, the Perez family had over 1,000 hectares of land, where dozens of laborers used to be employed. Little Francis was educated in the best schools of the time, and his proximity of two of his uncle priests, Luis and Paul, who were important intellectual figures of the time, also helped him a lot. The young Perez completed his higher studies in Verona at the Liceo Scipione Maffei, and later graduated in law at Padua. It was 1885, and Francis was 24 years old. Back in Verona, Francis soon became the administrator of the family property. Besides, he also assumed certain public offices: Vice Magistrate of Verona, Municipal Councilor at Zevio, and manager of the St. Vincent de Paul Association of the Diocese. The Count Francesco was a restless noble. Being profoundly Catholic, he was very much taken up by various types of miseries that existed in Verona at the end of the 19th century. He realizes that to help the poor is not enough to do charity, but there is also a need for a greater social justice. It was at this time that he came in contact with Father John Calabria. Count Perez soon became a friend of this young priest, who spent his time studying ways to help others. In 1898, the two together founded the Pious Union for Assistance to the Poor Sick, and in the following years, the Count was always ready to lend a helping hand to the young Calabria in his charitable initiatives. With the passage of time, however, Francis felt that his life was not going very well. It was not enough anymore to help Father Calabria, let alone be a good administrator or a good Christian. He wanted something more. But what? What should I do? He asked to himself. In 1909, at the age of 48, Count Francesco Perez sells all his possessions and joined the opera Don Calabria. At San Zeno in Monte, Francesco began a new life, makes his religious profession of vows along with the other brothers of the opera, and renewed them every year for 28 years. "The Count is dead," he used to tell those who still addressed him with the old title of nobility. Francis lived in abject poverty, poor among the poor. He slept in a cold and empty room. He humbly accepted any service that was asked of him, such as being the receptionist, cleaning toilets, gardening, picking ticks off the boys in the house. Father Calabria had great confidence in Francis, to the extent of assigning him, for many years, the formation of new brothers of the opera. Francis died on 4th December 1937. Here's how Don Calabria wrote about him in his diary a few days later. During the night, between Friday and Saturday, 4th December 1937, about 4:30 a.m., our dear and beloved brother Francis gave back his soul to God. He was a man of God who always loved the Lord and served Him in this century before being one of the first members of this great activity of Good Children's Home, now the Congregation of the Poor Servants. I have always adjudged and esteemed him as a true saint, a servant of God, and I hope that one day he will be glorified by God also on this earth.